presentation of the Bulldog Sports Network.
You can wrap it in maroon and white.
Live from News Park in Starkville, this is Mississippi State Softball. Mississippi State Softball is sponsored by C-Spire, customer inspired. First pitch is just moments away. Now let's go live to the broadcast booth for Mississippi State Softball.
Good afternoon and welcome into the Bulldog Student Sports Network live from News Park. I'm Ty Goldman alongside you for Game 2 between the number 1 Volunteers of Tennessee and your Bulldogs at number 12 in the country. Mississippi State coming in at 26-3, 0-1 after falling last night to the Lady Vols in 9 innings, 3-1, and Tennessee still undefeated on the season, 26-0. And 4-0 in the Southeastern Conference. Again, good afternoon to you here from News Park on the beautiful campus of Mississippi State University. A picture-perfect day here in Starkville. Barely any clouds in the sky, and a beautiful day to play softball here at Mississippi State. Salute to Service Day here as well. We'll have national anthem sung by a couple of former service members. So a good day to be here at Mississippi State, and welcome into the Bulldog Student Sports Network again. And welcome into those joining us on hailstate.com and the Hail State app. Thank you again to Learfield for partnering with us for this 2026 SEC softball season. Talking about yesterday, you look at the final score. Tennessee beat Mississippi State 3-1 in 9 innings, and it took all the way to get to the 9th inning for our only 4 runs of the ball game. Tennessee with a 3-run 9th inning from a Mackenzie Butt, 3-run home run with 2 outs on the first pitch she saw, and it was eventually the game winner. Mississippi State was able to add a solo home run from Taylor Troutman in the bottom of that 9th inning for Mississippi State's only run of the ball game, but Bulldogs could not add on any more. Had some base runners in the 9th inning, but just could not add on any more, and fell to the Lady Volunteers 3-1 in 9 innings. Sage Margetko, a fantastic start yesterday for Tennessee, went 8 1/3 innings, gave up only 2 hits, 1 earned run, and no walks, 5 strikeouts, got a lot of outs in the field, and Tennessee's defense did a great job yesterday. Only the 1 error, and it didn't come back to hurt them. So did a really, really good job, did Tennessee in defense, and also the pitching was fantastic for Tennessee today. That's 2 straight starts for Sage Margetko, where she is through 7 innings, or through the first 5 innings, shut out her opponent, shut out LSU in 5 innings last weekend on Friday, and then shut out Mississippi State in the first 8 innings, and State was able to score, but could not score enough to win the ball game. So a great start from her. And then Aaron Newer, who's going to get the start today for Tennessee, came on in relief and got the save last night, 2 1/3 innings, and didn't strike out anybody, but got 2 straight outs to end Mississippi State's rally in the bottom half of the 9th inning, and State fell 3-1. And looking at Mississippi State starter yesterday, Alyssa Faircloth went the full 9 innings, gave up 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts, and 32 batters faced through 116 pitches. I thought, a really good start for her. Any other day, it feels like that would be a start that would get her the win. Just unfortunately, State couldn't do it last night with the great pitching of Margetko. But Faircloth, a really good start, 9 Ks as well. Got a lot of them early, and the thing that stands out too, in just that many innings and that many pitches, only 1 walk in the ball game. Same thing goes for Margetko too. And Newer as well, who pitched the final 2/3 of the bottom of the 9th, or final 2 outs there. Only 1 out combined between those 3 pitchers in the entire ball game. So a really solid performance for all 3 pitchers in the game. And talked about it yesterday in the pregame. Felt like this series would be full of pitchers' duels, and we had one yesterday. Just a really, really good job from both pitching staffs yesterday. Tennessee was able to tack on some hits every now and then, but State's defense continued to prevail and could continue to make some nice key double plays, as well as cutting down a runner at the plate later in the ball game. So State's defense made plays. Tennessee's did too. It was full of defense and pitching last night. Tennessee just had the one big fly out to right center in the 9th inning that ended up winning the game for the Lady Volunteers. For today, outside of Margetko, at least looking back last weekend against LSU. Pitchers didn't fare too well against LSU last weekend for Tennessee. It's outside of Sage Margetko. Today they're going to go with Aaron Newer, who's been great on the season, and they hadn't shown much drop-off, at least all their staff, prior to SEC play. But, LSU did play a solid amount of runs in games 2 and 3, played 11 total in those 2, and really kept them in those ball games. So for State, maybe an opportunity to come into this thing and hit a little bit better. A couple of those in that start for Newer, looking back at it, she had 3 walks, and in that one. So a team in Tennessee that doesn't really walk very many batters, and Margetko walked some batters as well in her time pitching against Tennessee. Not really in her start, but in the relief effort for her last weekend. But in the 2 games started for Newer, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, only 2 hits allowed, which is pretty impressive. But there were some active base runners for LSU, in games 2 and 3 of that series, and it looks like maybe Mississippi State can get that today, more so than they did yesterday. Only 2 hits, and Bulldogs only had 1 runner in scoring position for the entire contest in those full 9 innings. So maybe State can have some better luck today. For State, we haven't seen, in looking at the pitching staff, haven't seen our staff react to an SEC lineup prior to last night. But if Alyssa Fairclough's performance was any sort of an indicator, I think we could be in for another phenomenal pitching performance today. Today, State's going to go with Peja Gould, who's been fantastic all season. The big 3 in Amon, Fairclough, and Gould are going to be really, really solid for Mississippi State, and we'll see Gould today. Those 3 have been solid all year, so we'll see if State can continue the great pitching. I think what we saw last night is a heavy indicator that we might. Tennessee was able to string along some hits, but State's defense was the big deal too in that ball game as well. And then also keeping runners off base via the walk was a big deal for Fairclough last night. It'll be important that State does that this afternoon against Tennessee. Offensively, hope you can just get some balls to miss gloves today and drop in the outfield, drop anywhere. Did a good job yesterday at putting pitches in play. State only struck out 5 times yesterday in those full 9 innings, and did a good job. State did of putting pitches in play, but Tennessee's defense excelled. So hopefully we can keep that same aggressiveness and get some balls to drop today and play. But be aggressive today and on the plate, I'd say, for Mississippi State. Try and draw some walks and be aggressive early in the count and see what can happen today. For both squads, the defense will be a huge thing like it was last night. 2 top 5 defenses in the country, and we saw that exactly last night in the ball game. Tennessee and State both made excellent plays defensively. Defense was important in the contest last night, and I believe it'll be important in the contest today. We'll see how these 2 defenses and these 2 teams fare this afternoon here at News Park. Umpires and coaches meeting in the batter's box, talking with each other. Head coach Samantha Ricketts of Mississippi State and head coach Karen Weekly of Tennessee. A great game we had last night. Unfortunately, didn't come out on the end for Mississippi State to win, but we'll see what Mississippi State can do today. Game 2 just about set to get underway. We'll take a break and be back in just a moment for our starting lineups here on the Bulldog Student Sports Network in Learfield. Glad to be with you this afternoon from News Park in Starkville, Mississippi. Game 2 between number 1 Tennessee and number 12 Mississippi State just about set to get underway. We'll be back in just a moment for the rest of our pregame show. I'm Ty Goldman, and you're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network in Learfield.
Trey Willis, shortstop.
Marshall Jones, first baseman.
Alex Philbin, center fielder.
Hi, I'm Tim from C Spire. Am I in the right place?
It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions, all backed by local 24/7 support. C Spire, customer inspired.
Hi, I'm Jake Mangum. Life is about making the most of your at-bats. So if you struck out looking for auto insurance, give Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance a shot. Farm Bureau Insurance is offering huge discounts on their auto rates. In fact, over the last 12 months, Farm Bureau Insurance has taken 3 rate reductions. Talk about coming through in the clutch. So if you were with us before or you're new to Farm Bureau, it's time to come home. Visit msfbins.com to find great new rates on auto insurance. And go with the home team.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Bulldog fans, are you looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Look no further. Pearl River Resort in Choctaw, Mississippi offers the experience of a lifetime. World-class entertainment, unique shopping, and the ultimate in fine dining. And if that's not enough, hit the links at the world-renowned Azaleas and Oaks courses at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club and complete your stay in luxurious relaxation at the spa. Your exhilarating weekend awaits only at Pearl River Resort, where you'll be at the center of it all. Must be 21 or older.
Welcome back into the Bulldog Student Sports Network, live here from News Park. Warren Amon and Shannon Barbary throwing out first pitch today. The father of Layla Amon, pitcher for State, and mother of Nadia Barbary, third baseman for Mississippi State, with Salute to Service Day here at News Park. And good to see them throw out the first pitch. And thank you to all our veterans and all of our service members that have helped serve this country and around the all around the country. So thank you very much to those out there who have served in any way, policemen, firemen, soldiers, anything like that. Thank you very much. But Salute to Service Day here at Starkville in Game 2, an SEC opening weekend for Mississippi State. And we're just about set for first pitch here at News Park. We'll get into the starting lineups for the ball game today. For the visiting and undefeated number 1 Volunteers of Tennessee. Leading off and playing center field going to be the junior Sophia Knight. Saw her last night lead off, and it got a hit last night, went 1 for 4, so looking to have a better day today. Ella Dodge going to be in the 2-hole and playing second base, and she's a sophomore. It went 1 for 4, as well last night. And then in the 3 spot, Gabby Leach playing right field, and the junior .397 average on the year. And then in the cleanup spot, the designated player again today, Mackenzie Budd, who had went 2 for 3, had a great game last night, a double and the 3-run home run that eventually won it for the Lady Volunteers. Batting fifth, the first baseman going to be Emma Clark, also had a really good game. She moves up in the lineup tonight to the 5 spot after going 2 for 3 last night. In the 6th spot and getting the start today going to be the left fielder, or in left field, Alana Leach, junior, sister of Gabby Leach. She came on and had a pinch hit in the ball game, and also played a little bit in the outfield. We'll get the start today. And in the 6th spot, in the 7th spot, going to be the catcher Elsa Morrison, freshman behind the plate like she was last night. In the 8-hole, third baseman going to be Maddie Rutan, junior, and we'll get the first start, and then you'll have Bella Fall ending it all for Tennessee. And I'm going to make sure we get that starting lineup right. So it's Sophia Knight batting first, playing center field. Ella Dodge batting second, playing second base. Right field going to be Gabby Leach batting third, and batting fourth, Mackenzie Butt. She's at first base today, actually. Excuse me on that. Batting fifth going to be the third baseman, Emma Clark. Batting sixth going to be the left fielder, Alana Leach. Batting seventh going to be the catcher, Elsa Morrison. Pitching and also hitting going to be the 8 spot, Maddie Rutan. And then batting ninth going to be the shortstop, Bella Fall. And then obviously, like I just mentioned, right-handed pitcher actually going to be starting today out instead of Aaron Newer. Tennessee's going to go with Maddie Rutan to start today against Mississippi State. A 1.75 ERA, 2-0 record on the season, 4 appearances. This will be her 5th and her 3rd game started. 12 innings pitched so far this year, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Opponents with a 195 average against her. Now looking at Mississippi State's starting lineup in the ball game today. Batting first and playing shortstop, as always, going to be Morgan Stiles. Batting second, the right fielder will be Kiara Sells. Batting third, the third baseman, Nadia Barbary, in the ball game today. Had the one of the 2 hits in the game for Mississippi State yesterday, so looking to continue on with that today. Batting fourth in the cleanup spot, left fielder Morgan Bernardini. Batting fifth and behind the plate once again this afternoon here in Game 2, going to be Des Rivera. Batting sixth, a designated player, Taylor Troutman. She'll get the start today in only her 12th start of the season. and she'll get to start after that solo home run she had in the ninth inning last night. Gave State a little bit of a burst. State couldn't come back and score the rest of those runs, but she'll get the start today at batting seventh and getting the start today also at second base, replacing Gabby Schaefer, who started yesterday. Going to be number 83, the sophomore Zion Romero, batting eighth and starting in center field today. Had Silva starting yesterday, and State goes with Kinley Keller, the freshman out of New Braunfels, Texas, starting today. And then rounding out the order, going to be the 9 spot, and at first base like she was yesterday, number 2, Abby Grace Richardson. And for Mississippi State, starting in the circle this afternoon, mentioned her in the pregame show, and we'll mention her now. Right-hander Peja Gould. Peja Gould, a transfer, a right-handed senior out of Stockton, California. Transfer, spent 3 years at UT Chattanooga. Was last year and the year before last SoCon Pitcher of the Year. A 37-12 record in those 2 years as well. And really a solid pitcher, over 500 career strikeouts as well, and has been one of the best in the nation, one of the best in the SEC so far this season for Mississippi State. Her stats this year for the righty: 0.77 ERA, a 10-1 record, 16 appearances, so this will be her 17th. 10 games started, this will be her 11th. 6 complete games so far this year, 64 total innings pitched, dead even at 64. 30 hits given up, only 9 runs, and 7 of those being earned on the season in those 64 innings of work. 14 walks and 86 strikeouts, a 1.36 batting average against opponents. And looking at further into some of these other pitcher stats as well, she's had 2 complete game shutouts as well. 30 wins in her career all time. 30 wins out of 34 appearances all time when striking out at least 5 batters. So incredibly impressive there. And I think if maybe she gets to 5 strikeouts today, we might be in a good spot for Mississippi State. Looking too, she's got a whip of 6, which is 0.69, 6th in the nation, 5th in the SEC. Hits per 7 only at 3.28 allowed per 7 innings, 9th and 6th. That's 9th in the nation, 6th in the Southeastern Conference, 4th in the nation and 1st in the SEC in shutouts with 4. 3rd in the SEC with those innings pitched, 6th and 5th with the ERA. A fantastic pitcher for Mississippi State, and she's going to draw the start this afternoon against the number 1 Lady Volunteers of Tennessee. Throw down the second base, infielders meeting inside the circle. We're just about set for first pitch. Beautiful day here in Starkville. Bulldogs in the white pins, so white jerseys, maroon pins with maroon script State across the front, and also the maroon numbers on the bottom left of the jerseys below the script State. Tennessee in their gray uniforms, orange trim, and also orange sleeves with orange Tennessee across the front outlined in white, and then orange numerals as well below the Tennessee word mark. First pitch underway at 2:03 p.m. Central Time here in Starkville. And it's a strike to the junior center fielder, Sophia Knight. Went 1 for 4 last night in the ball game. Standing in the best average for Tennessee coming into this series. Shows bunt, pulls back, and really couldn't just lay it down and count quickly at 0-2. Again, I'm Ty Goldman with the Bulldog Student Sports Network. Thank you for joining us on the Bulldog Student Sports Network in Learfield. Game 2 between number 12, Mississippi State, and number 1, Tennessee. 0-2, misses outside and low for ball 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Here's a 1-2 tonight. Swung on, slow roll over to Romero at second. Quick feed over there to first, and able to gun down the speedy Sophia Knight for out number 1. So Knight able to get down the line quick there. But a nice throw and play from Romero for out number 1, and Mississippi State will now face the 2-hole hitter in Ella Dodge. First pitch to Dodge, going to catch the zone for strike 1. Dodge last night, 1 for 4 in the contest, struck out twice. 2 of Alyssa Fairclaw's strikeouts in the ballgame. She had 9. The 0-1-2 misses outside. So 1-1 the Dodge, the sophomore second baseman, .353 average coming into this one. Had a slow roller to the right side. Richardson able to glove it and step on the bag at first base for out number 2. So 2 ground balls to the right side of the infield, and Mississippi State with 2 outs early here in the top half of the first inning. Bulldogs nailed down the Volunteers 1-2-3 in the first inning yesterday. Those were 3 strikeouts as Fairclough struck out the side, but Gould working with the ground out so far. Gabby Leach will stand in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch outside and low to her for ball 1. Looking at Gould, she pitched earlier this week in Game 2 against Southeast Missouri. Went 3 full innings, 2 hits, giving up no runs, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts through 45 pitches. And the Bulldogs 4-0 win in Game 2 over the Red Hawks. Swing and a miss from Leach for strike 1. So Leach, a junior, in right field today, like she was yesterday. Got her sister out there playing with her today, too. She'll be over on the opposite side in left field, and Alana Leach. 2-1 the count as that one misses. 2 outs in the inning, top half of the first. State and Tennessee. Bulldogs trying to even up the series after Tennessee took Game 1 yesterday. Grounder over to Romero, slow roller, and throw over to first in time for out number 3. So State 3 straight ground outs to the right side of the infield, and the Bulldogs make Tennessee go 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll head to the bottom half of the first inning where Mississippi State and Tennessee remain tied at 0. Bulldogs will have 1-2-3 due up when we come back in just a moment. That will be Morgan Stiles, Kiara Sells, and Nadia Barber. Back in just a minute for the bottom half of the first inning. Scoreless here at 0 at News Park. I'm Ty Goldman, and you're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
Everything is just a little easier when you feel at home. At Cadence Bank, we're proud to be part of your home team, and we never stop working to give you a competitive advantage. Stop by a branch or visit us online at cadencebank.com to learn more about how we're helping opportunity take shape for our community.
There's a hit out to left field. This one is gone.
Cadence Bank, a proud sponsor of Mississippi State Athletics. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome back into the Bulldog Student Sports Network. Bottom half of the first inning here. It's the home side of the first inning. State due up to hit, and they'll face the junior righty in Maddie Rutan. Junior out of Columbus, Indiana, started her career at Eastern Kentucky, was the ASUN Pitcher of the Year her freshman year. So far this season, a 1.75 ERA in her junior season, 2-0 record. Her 5th appearance now, and her 3rd game started. No complete games this year. 12 innings pitched, 8 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Opponents with a 195 batting average against the junior out of Columbus, Indiana. First pitch to Morgan Stiles, going to catch the zone for a called strike 1. Rutan pitched last weekend against Tennessee in 1 game and got the win. 3 2/3 innings pitched against the Tigers as this one catches the zone for strike 2. Gave up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, and had 6 strikeouts. Tigers batting average against her in those 3 2/3 innings at .231. 0-2 count on Stiles, and this one just misses for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the Bulldogs' leadoff hitter. Stiles hitless last night, like many in the Bulldog order. Only Barbary and Troutman with a hit last night for Mississippi State. 1-2 foul just down the third base line, just a hair foul. We'll do the 1-2 again. Full crowd here at News Park, and a really good crowd. They were loud last night, loud today. A lot of Tennessee orange here over behind the Tennessee bench, but there's a lot of maroon and white too. Had a great softball game last night, and I'm sure we'll be treated to another good one here. 1-2 the count on Styles. Swung on and fouled over towards the Tennessee bench. I think the play going to be able to be made over there by Butt, and it is for out number 1. So a pop out in foul territory for Morgan Styles. And now Kiara Sells will stand in for Mississippi State. Sells 0 for last night, 0 for 4. Was able to put 3 of them in play when she got out. Well, it struck out once last night. Margetco had 5 of them, so not a lot of strikeout victims last night for Margetco and for State's lineup. So a lot of outs in Mississippi State in the field of play. First pitch missed the zone, but this one catches the outer half and evens the count up at 1-1. Sells average now at 427. Best in the Bulldog order today. Has been on a heater so far this season and trying to continue that in SEC play. This one sent out into left field. Alana Leach to her right and over towards the foul line makes the grab for out number 2. So again, State putting balls in play. There's one right there. You know, didn't have, technically it really wasn't in play there. The foul territory for Styles and the pop out, but State not striking out. They didn't really do that yesterday. Talked about that earlier, and so see maybe if State can get a 2-out hit. Nadia Barbary will stand in for MSU. First pitch to her, all speed, and it'll catch the zone for strike 1. Barbary had the first hit for Mississippi State last night. It came in the 4th inning, and then it took to the 9th inning for State to get another one, which was a solo homer from Taylor Troutman. This will just miss the zone. That's now 1-1 the count. Umpires today, same 3, but they shift a little bit. Behind home plate, it's Emerus Addison. As this one's sent into shallow left. Going to be a tough play, but Alana Leach is all over it for out number 3. Real quick, again, I'll give you the umpires before we take a break. Behind the home plate, Emerus Addison. At first base, J.C. Bartley, and then manning second and third, David Irwin. So the same umpires, they just shift around a little bit. But that'll end the bottom half of the first inning for Mississippi State. They start it like they did yesterday. They go hitless, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Scoreless and hitless so far through the first inning here in Starkville, just like we were last night. I'm sure we'll be treated maybe to another pitcher's duel this afternoon. Mississippi State and Tennessee tied at 0. We head to the bottom half of the second inning. We'll be back in just a moment for more Bulldog softball. I'm Ty Goldman, and you're listening to Mississippi State softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network and Learfield.
Ever imagine one company could transform how you live and work? With C-Spire, you're connected with advanced technology that enhances everything you do. How you order your morning coffee.
Order my usual.
How you secure your company's data. Even how you implement AI to increase productivity.
And next quarter is looking even better.
Giving you the confidence and control to accelerate business growth. There's more to see. C-Spire. Customer inspired.
Southern Ag Services and Alliance Ag Risk Management have deep roots in the farming communities of Mississippi and the Mid-South. Using crop insurance and research-based agronomy, our strategies will minimize your production risks and maximize your economic returns. Partnering with us ensures you'll get years of farming experience and local successes to help you make solid decisions. Alliance Ag Risk Management and Southern Ag Services, 662-268-8006.
Welcome back into the Bulldog Student Sports Network here live at Noose Park. Mississippi State and Tennessee doing battle here. We head to the top half of the second inning. Scoreless in Starkville. I'm Ty Goldman alongside you, and glad to have you listening on the Bulldog Student Sports Network as well as HellState.com and the Hell State app. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Tennessee, and leading off, it was the home run hero last night, Mackenzie Butt. Playing first base today, and first pitch she sees, she's just behind on it, fouls it back to the screen for strike 1. That home run came in the 9th inning last night for the sophomore. Flew it over the right center field wall. Had 2 outs in the inning, did State. Tennessee got the first 2 runners on in that 9th inning, and then the Bulldogs able to get 2 straight outs, and then Butt, with the first pitch she saw, promptly sent it over the right center field wall. 0-2 count now on the Lady Vols first baseman. Gould working now in her 2nd inning. Got 3 ground outs in the first. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the first strikeout of the ball game for Peja Gould, and her 87th on the season. Good way to start the top half of the first, and Mississippi State now with 1 out in the inning. Now batting going to be the third baseman, Emma Clark. Moves up in the order after being around the 7 spot last night and the 5 spot now. Clark went 2 for 3 last night and has got that average above .303. Sophomore third baseman out of Cleveland, North Carolina. First pitch to her, a ball, and a count 1 ball and no strikes. Has started really everywhere this year, has Clark too. Starting at third today. This one popped straight in the air. Abby Grace Richardson comes in near the circle to my right and to the left on her side and her point of view, and makes the grab for out number 2. So a quick 2 up and 2 down, and now Alana Leach will stand in for Tennessee. Leach came in last night and pitch hit in the ball game. Did not get a hit, 0 for 1. And so she gets to start today out in left field. First pitch to her misses for a ball. Leach, sister of Gabby Leach out of the Woodlands, Texas, and a swing and a miss. Big swing and big cut at that one from Leach, and could not get it, could not square it up, and couldn't even get the bat on it. Evens the count at 1-1 with 2 outs here in the top half of the 2nd inning. But in her 3rd year at Tennessee, played in 41 games last year for the Lady Volunteers. The 1-1 catches the zone and a called strike 2. The outside corner off-speed pitch. Nice look there from Gould. Gould trying to go 6 up, 6 down to start the contest. Here comes the State crowd, and here comes the pitch from Gould. Misses low, evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuces on the board now with 2 outs in the inning as well. State would have 4, 5, and 6 due up as they went 1, 2, 3 in their first frame. It'll be Bernardini, Rivera, and Troutman. Here's a 2-2. Swung on, sending to right center field. Don't think it's going to have enough to get out of here, and it won't. Sells ranging to her right. Makes the play for out number 3 at the warning track. So a fly ball to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for Tennessee, and we'll keep it right here on the Bulldog Student Sports Network. Mississippi State and Tennessee we're in the middle of the 2nd inning now, tied at 0. So we'll see if we can get to 9 innings today like we did last night. Just a really, really great ball game we were treated to last night. I'm sure it'll be the same today, and beautiful day for it, too. I mean, just a gorgeous day in Starkville. Temps really in the 70s, I believe, and State and Tennessee going to battle here. With last night, too, I was so, impressed, at least with State, even in the loss, just impressed with State. You hadn't seen them, obviously, first conference game. You're hosting number 1 Tennessee, who hadn't lost this season, so you never know how things are going to go, and State just never quit, never backed down, and it was really, really impressive last night. Defensively, it was sound. Faircloth is so exciting to watch last night. And then when State did trail going into the bottom of the ninth, they did give some fight, even though they hadn't been getting runners on the entire game. You get a solo home run from Troutman, and then able to reach on an error, and had some traffic on the bases. So State was still fighting there in that bottom of the 9th inning. And so good to see State last night, at least for me, doing some battle and going to work against the Volunteers. And like I said in the post-game show last night, we kind of have been verified now, I think, of what we've all been thinking as State fans, and what I've been thinking as well, so calling this team and watching this team all season. It's a really good softball team this year. And it's a credit to Coach Samantha Ricketts, who's continued to build this program up. So looking forward to see what State has in store for the rest of the year, and hopefully we have something in store here in the bottom half of the second inning. Scoreless as State moves the 4-hole hitter Morgan Bernardini in the cleanup spot today. Looking to get her first hit of the series. 0 for 3 last night, put all 3 of those balls in play, so did not strike out last night. First pitch to her right down the middle for called strike 1. Bernardini coming in to the series at a .313 average. That one now sitting dead on at 300. Senior left fielder, and she sends a blooper in the shallow left. Going to be a tough play. Leach coming in and makes the grab for out number 1. And Leach has been active early on. A couple of fly balls her way. This one, a tough one she's got to run in on, and makes the grab for out number 1. And so now the catcher, Des Rivera, will stand in for Mississippi State. Rivera had a solid midweek in the 2 games against Southeast Missouri. Drove in 3 runs in those 2 games. First pitch to her off speed, called strike 1. But drove in 3 runs. Didn't fare well last night, and neither did most of the State lineup. But a good sign for her, too, as she put everything in play as well. Just couldn't find an opening or anywhere where a glove wasn't. First 2 pitches strikes. First one a called strike 1, as I mentioned, and then the 0-1 fouled back and out of play. And so count quickly at 0-2 on the Bulldogs catcher. We'll see if she can guard the zone here. Here comes the 0-2. Misses low and in the dirt for ball 1. The Bulldogs with last night, by far the longest State has been held scoreless in a game that they've scored. This one fouled back and over towards the State dugout, but took them to the 9th inning to get a run on the board. State's been held scoreless 2 times this year. Once against Belmont here at home in a 1-0 loss, and then once on the road and at Clemson in a 3-0 loss to the Tigers. State was able to score 1, though, last night. It's the longest they've been held without a run all season. The 1-2 just catches a piece of Des Rivera. I thought that was really close right there, and apparently it does, it did hit her, and Coach Weekly coming out to talk about it. I can understand that because, it caught me by surprise. I didn't know exactly if it did hit her or not. Apparently it did. And Coach Weekly going to head back to the dugout. Home plate umpire Emerus Addison will dust off home plate. State's got a runner on with 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. And standing in will be Taylor Troutman. Last 2 at-bats have gone well for her. Had 1 AB in the 2-game series against Southeast Missouri this week and had a double down the line. And then had a home run last night in the bottom of the 9th inning for State's only run of the ball game and their second hit of the game. First pitch to her well inside for ball 1. Troutman wearing that brace on the knee, coming off of a torn ACL last year, and has hit well for State so far. Average at .351 on the season for the redshirt freshman out of Henderson, Kentucky. 1-0 catches the outer half, and 1-1 now the count on the Bulldogs' designated player. Here's a pitch. And catches the inner half. So working side to side on the plate is Rutan in her second inning of work. And 1-2 count quickly on Troutman with Des Rivera at first base after she was hit by a pitch. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Troutman goes down on strike, swing and a miss. And Zian Romero going to step in for Mississippi State now. Romero came in last night in a pinch hit scenario, wasn't able to get a hit. Did not start last night, but drawing the start today. First pitch to her, catches his own for strike 1. State, I think we got to start being a little bit more aggressive on these first pitches here. Rutan has hit the zone fairly consistently so far through the first couple of batters she's seen to start the count. Now, all-speed pitch catches his own, and now a count quickly 0-2 on the Bulldogs' second baseman. Romero was with State last year, with State again this year, sophomore out of Lake Elsinore, California. Bottom of the second inning, 2 outs, 0-2 count on Romero. Runner at first is Rivera. She was hit by a pitch with 1 out in the frame. Here's the 0-2. All speed in the dirt for ball 1. Morrison able to block it up behind the plate, and Rivera's not going anywhere. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to count on Romero, wearing number 83. Here's the 1-2. Outside and just missed the outer half for ball 2. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. On deck for State, it's Kinley Keller. She also pinch hit last night. Here's the 2-2. All speed, just missed outside. That's out of count full at 3-2. Romero got down 0-2 in the count and has since worked it back 3 straight balls for a full count here. Bottom of the second inning, scoreless at 0 with State and Tennessee. Here's a 3-2. And it misses just inside for ball 4. And so State with a runner in scoring position, only their second runner in scoring position this series. And State will have a chance here to score with 2 outs. Bulldogs going to go with a pinch runner. We'll see who they make the change and switch with. Probably would assume they'd keep Romero at first with that speed, and they will. And they'll instead change out Rivera with pinch runner Greta Grassel. Sophomore out of Boscobel, Wisconsin, and Boscobel High School. Played with State last year and pinch ran for the Bulldogs. And this year so far, scored 4 runs in 17 games played, now in her 18th game. So she'll go to second base. Romero at first. Bulldogs with a runner in scoring position with 1 out, or rather 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Here's Kinley Keller. First pitch to her, misses low and outside for ball 1. Keller, a 400 average coming in, or an average over 400 coming into this series. Is Tennessee going to have a meeting in the circle? But an average over 400 coming into this series, average right at 400 now. This season with runners on base, a 389 average, with runners in scoring position, 455 average, and with 2 outs, a 429 average. She's been really everything State's wanted in her freshman year. From New Braunfels, Texas, Davenport High School, really good recruit coming out. Hit over 500 multiple times in seasons at high school, and over 400 here in the SEC. Here's the 1-0, swing and a miss, strike 1 to the freshman in Keller. State with a 9-hole hitter due up after Keller and Richardson, and then the lineup would flip over if State can get past Richardson here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. Bulldogs looking for their first run of the ball game. Keller, swing and a miss, strike 2. Nice back-to-back pitches from Rutan after a 1-0 start to the count. That one low in the zone, tough to go get. So now a 2-strike count on the Bulldogs center fielder. Here's a 1-2. All speed, sent into left field, down the line, and just foul. Keller a little bit out in front of the off-speed there. Fans thought maybe that one would stay fair. It did not, and so we'll do the 1-2 again momentarily. Wind blowing out to dead-on center field. Some fans along the wall out here, too. A packed crowd here at News Park. So we'll do the 1-2 again from Rutan to Keller. Pitch fouled off and off the netting. And that one, I think, hit off the camera over there on the Tennessee dugout. Looks like we're all right over there. Had one hit off the camera as well last night, too. So that third base camera getting work. Rutan delivers the 1-2 again. This one outside and misses the zone. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 outs in the inning. Tennessee due up next inning, 7, 8, and 9. Morrison, Rutan, and Fall. Here's the 2-2. Swung on a soft one, hit out into left field, and Leach, really not having to move much, makes the grab for out number 3. But State was able to threaten that inning. They're able to get a couple of runners on base and 1 in scoring position. Bulldogs, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left on base due to a hit by pitch and a walk. We'll head to the top half of the 3rd inning here at News Park, where Mississippi State and Tennessee are tied at 0. Peja Gould back out in the circle for Mississippi State. If there's any defensive changes, I'll get those to you after the break. We'll be back in just a moment. Scoreless here at 0 at News Park. I'm Ty Goldman, and you're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
Trey Willis, shortstop.
Marshall Jones, first baseman.
Alex Philbin, center fielder. Hi, I'm Tim from C Spire. Am I in the right place?
It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions, all backed by local 24/7 support. C Spire, customer inspired.
Hi, I'm Jake Mangum. Life is about making the most of your at-bats. So if you struck out looking for auto insurance, give Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance a shot. Farm Bureau Insurance is offering huge discounts on their auto rates. In fact, over the last 12 months, Farm Bureau Insurance has taken 3 rate reductions. Talk about coming through in the clutch. So if you were with us before or you're new to Farm Bureau, it's time to come home. Visit msfbins.com to find great new rates on auto insurance. And go with the home team.
Welcome back into the Bulldog Student Sports Network. I'm Ty Goldman alongside you, Mississippi State and Tennessee. Here in the top half of the 3rd inning, tied at 0. Peja Gould back out in the circle for your Bulldogs of Mississippi State, and she'll face the 7, 8, 9 hitters for Tennessee as we move to the top of the 3rd inning. Both teams still hitless and still scoreless. Bulldogs have had runners on base in the ballgame. Tennessee has not yet. State got 2 on and a runner in scoring position previously there in the bottom of the 2nd inning, but could not do anything with it with 2 outs. And so they'll go back and play some more defense, and Peja Gould can come back out and pitch. Elsa Morrison will stand in for Tennessee. Yesterday, Morrison went 0 for 4 in a game and struck out twice. First pitch to her misses for ball 1. Morrison, freshman out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Mentioned, one of the best players coming out in all of high school softball. She fouls this one up and out of play over towards the tennis center behind us. Or unless that one got into the hands of a fan, and it might have. Maybe out of the hands of a fan, as you had the collective awe from the maroon and white faithful here. 1-1 count to Morrison. This one just misses for ball 2, and 2-1 the count. But this year coming in, 306 batting average. Coming into this series. Struggled last week, too, against LSU. This one catches the inner half for strike 2 and evens the count up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Struggled last week against LSU at home. Went 2 for 11 in that series. Didn't strike out any, but 2 for 11, so really couldn't grab many hits. Here comes a 2-2 to her. That one misses outside and count full at 3-2 now. Tennessee looking for their first base runner here in a full count pitch. Here it is from Gould. That one off the ankle and a ball regardless, and Tennessee's got a base runner with nobody out here in the top half of the 3rd inning for Maddie Rutan. Pitching in this game. Trying to help herself out here. Rutan did not bat last night. Rather did. Excuse me. Played 3rd base last night. My apologies. Went 0 for 3 last night with 2 strikeouts and had a really good weekend last weekend, so looking to get back to that. Went 4 for 8 against LSU and had 3 RBIs. So looking to get back to that here. First pitch to her, swung on and missed for strike 1. Good pitch there from Gould. Morrison over there at first, being hit by a pitch on a 3-2 count. 0-1, going to miss low for ball one, and Rutan deciding not to offer at that one. Virtually looked like the same pitch. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Tennessee 26-0 and able to stay undefeated last night in a barn burner. Swing and a miss, strike 2 to Rutan. Now 1-2 count on the junior. She'll step out and collect her thoughts here out of the box, and Gould will toe the rubber. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nice pitch for the first out of the inning. That drop ball there, and Mississippi State now a 1 out, the top half of the third inning. So the shortstop Bella Fall will stand in now for Tennessee. You like to get her out, or at least leave a runner away from second base as the lineup going to flip over. Then Fall offers to bunt at that one, but misses for strike 1. But lineup going to flip over here with Knight unless a double plays turn for State. But Sophia Knight on deck. Great hitter, and would love to have her in the batter's box without a runner in scoring position. 0-1 hits the zone. Fall not offering at that one in terms of bunting, and count 0-2 now. One out in the inning, runner at first. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, fouled back to this netting. We'll do it do the 0-2 again in just a moment. Over in Fayetteville, Mississippi State, baseball taking on Arkansas today in a doubleheader. State leads 6-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning over the Razorbacks. All-speed pitch misses low for ball 1 to Fall. So State up 6-0 over Arkansas there in Fayetteville, as they'll play 2 today in lieu of some weather, I believe, coming in tomorrow in the Fayetteville area. State lost last night in a walk-off home run 5-4, so looking to take the series today with a sweep of 2 games played today. 1-2 fouled back to the backstop, and Fall staying alive here. Fall, as I mentioned, didn't mention it earlier, but went 1 for 3 last night. Didn't strike out any. Also scored on that 3-run home run for Tennessee in the 9th inning. Here's the 1-2 from Peja. Nice pitch. A slider there, and got her looking. And Fall K's up. 2 outs in the inning now for Mississippi State. And the lineup flips over to the top half, and Sophia Knight will stand in. Knight 0 for 1, grounded out in the first inning over to Romero. Here's the first pitch to her in a left-handed batter's box. Misses outside for ball 1. Knight, really Tennessee's best in the lineup. Broke multiple Boise State and Mountain West records last year as a transfer from there. Played 2 years over there, and she grounds over right towards Abby Grace Richardson and grounds out. Richardson steps on the bag after corralling that one, and a ground out ends the top half of the 3rd inning. Scoreless here, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base for Tennessee. The leadoff walk does no harm to Mississippi State. And that'll take us to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Bulldogs tied at 0 with Tennessee. As we move to the bottom half of the 3rd, State will have 9, 1, and 2 due up. Abby Grace Richardson, Morgan Stiles, and Kiara Sells. We'll be back in just a moment for the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Scoreless here at 0 in Starkville. I'm Ty Goldman, and you're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Bulldog fans, are you looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Look no further. Pearl River Resort in Choctaw, Mississippi offers the experience of a lifetime. World-class entertainment, unique shopping, and the ultimate in fine dining. And if that's not enough, hit the links at the world-renowned Azaleas and Oaks courses at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club and complete your stay in luxurious relaxation at the spa. Your exhilarating weekend awaits only at Pearl River Resort, where you'll be at the center of it all. Must be 21 or older.
Welcome back into the Bulldog Student Sports Network. I'm Ty Gold alongside you here at News Park, Mississippi State and Tennessee doing battle here. We're still tied at 0 as we head to the bottom half of the third inning. Party in the USA playing here at News Park. Fans all excited for it. A great crowd on hand today, and assuming we'll see another great crowd tomorrow as well for Game 3, which is at 12 p.m. Central Time here in Starkville. And you can catch that one again on the Bulldog Student Sports Network and on hailstate.com and the Hail State app. Abby Grace Richardson due up first for Mississippi State and will face Maddie Rutan, staying in the game in her third inning of work. Hadn't allowed a hit from State so far, but has allowed a walk and 2 base runners aboard last inning for State. The Bulldogs couldn't do anything with 2 outs. First pitch to Richardson, swung on and missed for strike 1, and swings and misses for strike 2. Richardson 0 for 3 last night, looking for her first hit since March 7th against Sanford. That came in the Jaguar Classic. So looking for her first hit in the week. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. 3 straight swings and misses from Richardson. Couldn't catch up with Rutan's 3 pitches, and 1 out quickly in the inning on 3 pitches for Mississippi State, and the lineup will flip over. It'll be Morgan Stiles for Mississippi State. Stiles stepping in, 0 for 1 in the game today. Fouled out in her first plate appearance over to Butt at third base, or excuse me, at first base. And first pitch to her going to be in there for a strike. This one will miss and evens the count up at 1-1. Stiles, 2 hits in the first game against Southeast Missouri on Tuesday. Didn't have a hit last night. Didn't have a hit in game 2. So looking for a first hit in a couple games. And she sends this one out to center field, and Knight under it for out number 2. So quick work from Rutan. Trying to work through the top of the order here, and with 2 outs, Kiara Sells will stand in. Sells average now down to .422. All-speed pitch just missed for ball 1. Sells looking in for her first hit since March 8th against South Alabama there in the Jaguar Classic, so last Sunday. Didn't have a hit last night, didn't have a hit in the 2 games against Southeast Missouri. 1-0, misses outside for ball 2. Was able to reach in those 2 games, though, on Tuesday via the walk. Had 1 in game 1 and 3 in game 2. It didn't find her way on base last night, though. This one catches the outer half for strike 1. 2-1 the count. That one looked a little similar to the 1-0. Guess maybe the 1-0 is a little bit more outside than I thought it was. But that one catches his own, so count still in favor of Sells. 2 balls and 1 strike. All speed in there. Sells maybe not looking for it. That evens the count up at 2-2. After a 2-0 start to the count, Rutan has battled back. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning for Mississippi State in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Quick work for Maddie Rutan. That'll send us to the top half of the 4th inning, and we are still scoreless. Another pitcher's duel here in Starkville. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for Mississippi State. In the bottom half of the 3rd inning, Tennessee will have Ella Dodge, Gabby Leach, and Mackenzie Butt. Heart of the order due up in the top half of the fourth for Tennessee, and they will face Peja Gould. We'll be back in just a moment for the top half of the fourth inning here in Starkville. Scoreless through 3. We head to the top half of the fourth, 0-0, and also no hits for either team as we head to the top half of the fourth inning. I'm Ty Goldman, and you're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
Everything is just a little easier when you feel at home. At Cadence Bank, we're proud to be part of your home team, and we never stop working to give you a competitive advantage. Stop by a branch or visit us online at cadencebank.com to learn more about how we're helping opportunity take shape for our community.
There's a hit out to left field. This one is gone.
Cadence Bank, a proud sponsor of Mississippi State Athletics. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fans section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome back into the Bulldog Student Sports Network. I'm Ty Goldman alongside you here at News Park in Starkville, Mississippi. A beautiful day on campus here at Mississippi State University, and we head to the top half of the fourth inning. We are tied at 0-0. No hits for either team so far. Peja Gould and Maddie Rutan, great pitching through the first 3 innings. Saw that last night from Marjetko and Faircloth, and we're seeing it again today. Ella Dodge will lead off for Tennessee to start the top half of the fourth. The first pitch to her, a check swing, and she went around for strike 1. Gould so far through 3 innings pitched. No runs, obviously, no hits, no walks. Had a hit by pitch in the top of the third, and 3 strikeouts and 10 batters faced. This is her 11th faced here in Dodge. This one will hit Dodge. And so an 0-1 count on her, but that one just runs too far inside to the lefty, and Dodge hit by the pitch. Second time in a row to start the inning that Gould has hit a batter, and so a leadoff runner for Tennessee for Gabby Leach. Leach grounded out in the first inning. First pitch to her in the dirt and past Rivera, the catcher, and a runner in scoring position now for Tennessee and Ella Dodge with nobody out. Balls with their first runner in scoring position of the afternoon. We've only had 2 runners on base all day, with Dodge being the second. Here's the 1-0 to Leach. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Rather a foul tip, and 1-1 the count now on Leach. We're number 55. Leach coming into the series. .420 batting average coming in. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That's continuously improved that batting average, too. A freshman year at Tennessee, a .240 batting average. Last year in her sophomore season, .292, and then coming in, and right now it sits at .392, coming in a .420 batting average, so it's continuously improved. High pitch, and Leach won't offer at that one, so now the count evens at 2-2. Runner at second base is Ella Dodge. She was hit by a pitch to start the inning and then was able to advance on a pass ball to second base. Swing and a miss, strike 3 from Gabby Leach, and another strikeout for Peja Gould, her 4th of the afternoon. And with that strikeout, that's now 90 on the season for the Bulldogs' right-handed pitcher. Stepping in will be Mackenzie Butt. 0 for 1, struck out in the second. All speed to her in there for a called strike 1. Mentioned earlier, and as you know, had the home run last night, 3-run shot in the 9th inning that eventually was the game winner for Tennessee. So a dangerous hitter. Also had a double earlier in the game as well last night. She swings and misses, now is down early in the count 0-2. 2 quick pitches and 2 quick strikes. Balls with the runner at second base, but Gould looking to get back-to-back strikeouts. Here's the 0-2. Misses outside, maybe a waste pitch there. Away from the righty butt. So the count rides to 1 ball and 2 strikes here in the top half of the 4th inning. Here's a 1-2. And misses low and inside. The count now even at 2-2. Bud had a solid weekend last weekend, too, in Knoxville against LSU. 2 for 6. Scored 2 runs, had a homer as well. Also walked 5 times in that series, too. This one misses inside, almost hit her on the back knee, and so now the count has gone full. An 0-2 start to the count. 3 straight balls, though, from Gould, and Gould trying not to lose her. Here's the 3-2. All speed swung on and missed. Nice pitch there from Gould. And just, if your butt there, you got to try and protect the plate. She was trying to do so, just couldn't make contact with that one. And a strikeout, back-to-back Ks swinging for Peja Gould, and Emma Clark will stand in now. 0 for 1. Popped out earlier in the game in the 2nd inning to Abby Grace Richardson. First pitch to her, going to miss inside near the toes of Clark for ball 1. Clark average sitting now at 299 after a pop out in the 1st inning, or rather 2nd inning. 1-0 catches his own for a called strike 1. But Dodge has got some speed out there at second base. 8 stolen bags on the year. Has been caught 3 times. Don't think they'll try and steal her here, but has scored 28 runs. This one grounded over to Stiles at first, or rather at short. Throw over to first in time for out number 3. So State able to work around, and Peja Gould able to work around the leadoff hit by a pitch. Runner got all the way to second base, but State left her there. A strikeout, and a ground out to end the inning. And in the top half of the 4th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base for Tennessee as we move to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Mississippi State and Tennessee tied at 0. Both teams without a hit, without a run as well. No errors from any team, and 2 left on base for each squad. We'll go to the bottom half of the 4th inning where it's 3-4-5 due up for State, and Barbary, Bernardini, and Rivera, and they'll come out and face Maddie Rutan. We're back in just a moment for the bottom half of the 4th inning. I'm Ty Goldman, and you're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldogs Student Sports Network and Learfield.
Ever imagine one company could transform how you live and work? With C-Spire, you're connected with advanced technology that enhances everything you do. How you order your morning coffee.
Order my usual.
How you secure your company's data. Even how you implement AI to increase productivity.
And next quarter is looking even better.
Giving you the confidence and control to accelerate business growth. There's more to see. C-Spire. Customer inspired.
Southern Ag Services and Alliance Ag Risk Management have deep roots in the farming communities of Mississippi and the Mid-South. Using crop insurance and research-based agronomy, our strategies will minimize your production risks and maximize your economic returns. Partnering with us ensures you'll get years of farming experience and local successes to help you make solid decisions. Alliance Ag Risk Management and Southern Ag Services, 662-268-8006.
Cowbells ringing here at News Park as we head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. I'm Ty Goldman alongside you here with the BSSN, the Bulldog Student Sports Network on Learfield, and I'm pleased to be with you as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. State and Tennessee scoreless, 0-0, and both teams without a hit. Bulldogs in the heart of the order now, 3-4-5 due up. It's Nadia Barbary who stands in. First pitch to her way outside for ball 1. Barbary 0 for 1 today, flew out in the 1st inning. Out to Leach in left field. Bulldogs have put balls in play today 3 strikeouts, though, so far for Rutan. This one fouled over to the State dugout. Evens the count up at 1-1. Margetco had 5 strikeouts yesterday, so Rutan here in the 4th inning already halfway past that. Or over halfway towards that. All-speed pitch misses low to Barbary, and count now rides to 2-1 in favor of the Bulldogs' third baseman. Plays a good third base as well. Solid over there at the hot corner. Been known to hit bombs for Mississippi State as well offensively. This one fouled and out of play over towards the Tennessee section of fans, and count will even up to 2-2. Barbary had a good midweek again against Southeast Missouri. Mentioned that a couple times. 5 for 7 against Southeast Missouri in those 2 games. Riding on a 5-game hit streak right now after going 1 for 4 last night against the Vols. This one sent in the right center field, ranging over as a center fielder, Sophia Knight, for out number 1. State able to put that one in the air, and Barbary able to put that one in the air, but unable to drop, and 1 out in the inning for Morgan Bernardini. State last night had their first hit in the 4th inning, and that came from Barbary. Maybe a chance to get one here. 1 out in the inning for Bernardini. First pitch to her, going to catch the outer half for strike 1. Bernardini looking for her first hit since last Sunday against South Alabama. Had 2 in that game. Had a hit in every game but 1 last weekend in the Jaguar Classic. And that was the opener against New Mexico where she was hitless. 0-1. Low in the dirt. The count even at 1-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's a 1-1 pitch from Rutan. Catches the outer half. Count now 1-2 in favor of the Tennessee right-hander. Rutan deals. 1-2 misses low for ball 2 and evens up the count. You're looking at Rutan's career before Tennessee. Started at Eastern Kentucky. 37 appearances in that 1 year there. 12 complete games. Also pitched a perfect game once, too. This one misses for ball 3. Full count now. Set the single-season Eastern Kentucky win record, too, that year. Went 25-5 her freshman season. Bernardini sends this one out to right field, but up with it is Gabby Leach for out number 2. That one solidly hit out to right field, but just had too much air on it, and another out for Mississippi State here in the bottom half of the 4th inning, and Des Rivera will stand in. Rivera, one of the 2 Bulldogs who have reached base in this one. She was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. For the first time she's reached all series, and she hits a hard line drive right to the shortstop in Bella Fall, and that'll end the 4th inning. State puts balls in play, a fly out, and a line out, but unable to add any runs or hits to the tally, and we go to the 5th inning where we are still scoreless and still hitless. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for Mississippi State in the bottom half of the 4th inning. And we'll head to the top half of the 5th inning. It'll be Alana Leach, Elsa Morrison, and Maddie Rutan due up for the Lady Volunteers. And still up and pitching for Mississippi State going to be Peja Gould. She's getting warm here. We'll stay here for the break midway between the bottom of the 4th and top of the 5th inning. Look at some scores around SEC softball. Get it pulled up really quickly. And today, so far, you get Oklahoma, number 4 in the country, and trailing Auburn 5-1. And I believe Auburn won game 1 last night. Now, let me look at it real quick to make sure. Well, Oklahoma did. They came back and won that one in 6, 13-5. So excuse me on that one. I saw Auburn was leading last night, so wanted to see. But they're at 5-1 at the bottom of the third over Oklahoma. Arkansas up 4-2 over Alabama in the top of the fourth inning in Tuscaloosa. Boston College and traveling to Columbia, South Carolina this weekend, and Gamecocks up 5-1. Number 24th ranked South Carolina at the bottom of the third inning. Missouri playing in their tournament they're hosting. Top of the second, they're up 3-0 on South Dakota right now. Florida handled Kentucky in 5 today, 9-0, and has won the series. Texas also, I believe, has won the series against Ole Miss. Final in 6 over the Rebels. They went 11-3 in Austin. So Florida won the series. South Carolina with a win today would win the series. Missouri with 2 wins yesterday. Texas has won the series. Bama won yesterday, so Arkansas trying to even it up and force a rubber match. There's a couple of scores around the country and really around the SEC. As we head to the 5th inning here in Starkville, Alana Leach standing in. First pitch to her from Gould in there for a called strike 1. Again, I'm Ty Goldman with the Bulldog Student Sports Network in Learfield. Thank you again for tuning in to Mississippi State softball. Here's the 0-1. To Leach, and it misses outside for ball 1. Leach flew out in the second. Hit one solidly. Sells had to make a sprint for, but Sells was able to come up with it for an out there. And that ended the second inning. 1-1, called strike 2, and 1 ball and 2 strikes now to count. On the lefty, and Leach played a good left field today so far, looking for a first hit of the series. Here's the pitch. Misses low and outside for ball 2. Evens the count up at 2-2. Leach, only 2 at-bats last weekend against LSU, went 1 for 2. But that one hit was a big one, a home run. She sends one over to the shortstop, Styles. Up with it, throw to first. In time, nice stretch over there from Richardson for out number 1. State continuing that good defense. Had great defense last night. No errors for Mississippi State. And a couple of double plays for the Bulldogs that were key in the ball game. And continuing the good defense there is 1 out in the inning, and Elsa Morrison will step in for the Lady Vols. First pitch to her going to miss for ball 1. Morrison reached in the third on a hit by pitch. Here's a 1-0. Slow roller over to Barbary. Up with it. Throw to first in time, and well in time for out number 2. So a ground ball out again. State's got 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th inning. And Maddie Rutan going to step in, trying to help herself out again. Pitching in the ball game, has pitched a great game so far, but looking to help herself out when she gets back in the circle in State's offensive frame. First pitch to her, just going to miss for ball 1 outside. Rutan, a .250 average now after K'ing up in the 3rd inning. .250 hitter as well with 2 outs this season. 14 hits on the year, 11 walks. This one just foul down the right field line, almost got to the left of the first base bag. Stays right of it, and that evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Due up next inning for MSU would be 6, 7, and 8. Taylor Troutman, Zion Romero, and Kinley Keller. Those 3 combined 0 for 2 in the game. Romero reached on a walk earlier. 1-1 misses, I guess missed low there, and then the count runs in the favor of Rutan, 2-1. Gould with 5 strikeouts in the ball game. Mentioned earlier how good she's been when striking out at least 5 in ball games. There's a check swing, and Rutan went around. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs in the top of the 5th for the Lady Volunteers. But in 30 out of 34 previous appearances that she has gotten 5 strikes, Gould has won ball games. 30 wins in 34 appearances where she's gotten at least 5 strikeouts. And she gets another here to add to the tally. 6 strikeouts. Rutan goes down swinging in a 1-2-3 inning for Tennessee. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we'll head to the bottom half of the 5th inning, still scoreless and hitless through 4.5 so far. We'll see if the Bulldogs can break that here in the 5th inning stretch at News Park. Mississippi State and Tennessee doing battle here. Bulldogs trying to even up the series. Our score 0-0 as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Be back in just a moment. 6, 7, and 8 due up for State. That's Troutman, Romero, and Keller, and they'll face Maddie Rutan. Be back in just a moment for the bottom of the 5th inning. I'm Ty Goldman, and you're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
Trey Willis, shortstop.
Marshall Jones, first baseman.
Alex Philbin, center fielder. Hi, I'm Tim from C Spire. Am I in the right place?
It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions, all backed by local 24/7 support. C Spire, customer inspired.
Hi, I'm Jake Mangum. Life is about making the most of your at-bats. So if you struck out looking for auto insurance, give Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance a shot. Farm Bureau Insurance is offering huge discounts on their auto rates. In fact, over the last 12 months, Farm Bureau Insurance has taken 3 rate reductions. Talk about coming through in the clutch. So if you were with us before, you're new to Farm Bureau, it's time to come home. Visit msfbins.com to find great new rates on auto insurance. And go with the home team.
Fifth inning stretch here in Starkville. Mississippi State tied with number 1 Tennessee at 0 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Bulldogs looking to record the first hit of the ball game between either team and the first run of the ball game between either team. Both teams have left 2 on base so far, and that's been the only traffic in the ball game. 2 excellent starts from Maddie Rutan and Peja Gould, and Rutan still throwing here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Taylor Troutman will stand in to start the bottom of the 5th for State. First pitch to her outside for ball 1. Troutman struck out in the 2nd inning. 0 for 1 today, and 1-0 catches his zone. Called strike 1. Evens the count up. Troutman looking to hone in on what she did last night with that solo shot in the 9th inning. This one just fouled back, and Troutman just a little bit behind on that one. Well, 1-2 the count to the Bulldogs' designated player. Zion Romero on deck for State. One of the 2 Bulldogs that have reached base in the ball game. She reached on a walk in the 2nd inning. Here's the 1-2. And called strike 3. Troutman goes down looking. 1 out quickly here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Rutan with her 4th strikeout of the ball game. And Zion Romero will stand in. Average at 172. OBP, though, over 300 at 314 this season. Has walked in this game earlier there in the 2nd inning, as I mentioned. First pitch to her fouled into the Tennessee dugout for strike 1. Getting treated to another great ball game here. Just 2 solid ball clubs in Tennessee and Mississippi State. 0-1 catches the inner half, and count now well in favor of Rutan, 0-2. State has struck out 4 times in this game. Tennessee struck out 6 times. Here's the 0-2. Romero stays alive, fouls it back to the netting. And so we'll do the 0-2 again momentarily. Tennessee's lineup will flip over next half inning in the top of the 6th. They'll have Fall due up in the 9 spot, and then 1 and 2 behind her in Knight and Dodge. Here's the 0-2 to Romero. Misses low and in the dirt for ball 1. And Romero, has struggled this year, at least in terms of hitting. Been able to get on base, obviously, from walks. One, 2-2. We're going to miss outside for ball 2. Evens the count up. Romero looking for her first hit since last Saturday against Sanford. Had 2 hits last weekend in the Jaguar Classic. 3 hits here in the month of March. This one sent over towards the second baseman, and shading her eyes is Dodge, and making the play with the out, a pop out for Mississippi State, and 2 outs now in the inning. I think State's going to go with a pinch hitter here. I think the Bulldogs are going to go with Allie Supan. So Supan will stand in for Kinley Keller. Looking at Supan so far this year, hasn't gotten many opportunities at bat-wise. Only 3 at-bats this season, 0 for 3. She's played in now her 21st game of the year, and mostly in a pinch running, but will come in and grab a bat and try and get Mississippi State in the hit column. First pitch to her caught the outer half, and so now the count, no balls and 1 strike to the freshman from Phoenix City, Alabama. That one misses outside for ball 1, evens the count up. If you get Supan on base, you feel confident about her running ability. State's also going to make a change in the 9 spot. Looks like Gabby Schaefer is on deck for Abby Grace Richardson. So this one catches a zone, 1-2 the count on the off-speed pitch. Fans don't like the call. Don't think Coach Tyler Bratton did over there in the third base dugout. Here comes the 1-2 to the pinch hitter, Supan. This one off of her knee and down the first base, and Tennessee's head coach Karen Weekly coming out of the dugout, maybe thinking it hit off the knob of the bat there. And she's going to ask the umpires to go talk with each other. Home plate umpire Emerus Addison behind the plate said that it did hit Supan. So we'll see if that stands, and maybe they try and review it. Tennessee might try to do that. She looked back, Coach Weekly for Tennessee looked back to Morrison, and Morrison thought, I think, that it hit the knob as well. We'll see if we'll get a review here. We're waiting on umpire to tell us what's going on here on the mic at Noose Park. We'll see if Tennessee's going to challenge it, and that Coach Karen Weekly still talking with our umpires here, and I don't think UT's going to challenge that. So, yes, they won't challenge. Tennessee will just keep the runner at first base, so Supan able to reach on a hit by pitch with 2 outs, and the Bulldogs have their third base runner of the ball game. And so State will enter in another pinch hitter, replacing Abby Grace Richardson. It's going to be the freshman Gabby Schaefer. So 2 freshmen back-to-back getting chances. Supan able to take advantage of it. And we'll see if Schaefer can do so here. Schaefer started at second base last night, went 0 for 2 in the game, struck out once. It's now time called, and I think pitcher Rutan maybe had an issue with the band or maybe Tennessee's going to make a switch here, and I think they will. And, yeah, Tennessee going to make a move to the pin. So that'll be the ball game. Well, her book won't exactly close yet. Rutan would be responsible for Supan at first base, but she is in the bullpen or in the dugout and done for the ball game. And sophomore righty Erin Newer going to come in for Tennessee. And she came in last night and closed the door on the Bulldogs in the bottom of the ninth inning. Got the final 2 outs of the contest. And so she'll come in and pitch for Tennessee here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Looking at her stats so far this year, an 0.88 ERA. This will be her 15th appearance. Excuse me, hold on. Make sure I'm right on that real quick. Yes, will be her 15th appearance, an 0.88 ERA. Coming in an 11-0 record. Got a save last night. It's thrown 48 total pitches this year. Only 12 hits, given up 6 earned runs, 13 walks, 52 strikeouts. And opponents coming into this series, and that average is going to be a little bit lower now, only batting .079 against her. She's one of the best pitchers in the country. 4th in the nation and 2nd in the SEC in wins with 11. This year has thrown a no-hitter as well. And the first game of the year for Tennessee against BYU. Last year at Tennessee, a 2.32 ERA, 18 appearances, 11 starts, 57 in the 3rd inning, 6-4 record, and 65 strikeouts. Opponents batted .205 against her, so she's fared a lot better this year. Hasn't got much action against State outside the last 2 outs last night, so she'll get some action here in relief, replacing the starter in Maddie Rutan. So Gabby Schaefer going to stand in for State. Again, a pinch hitter for Abby Grace Richardson. First base is occupied with Allie Supan. Got a lot of speed over there. First pitch from Newer, and it'll catch the outer half for strike 1. Newer with 2 outs, pitching with 2 outs this season. Hitters only an .037 average. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Schaefer trots down the first base line but can't make it in time. Throw over to first in time from Newer. And so Newer comes in, gets a ground out, and that'll end the bottom half of the 5th inning. And in the 5th inning here in Starkville, still scoreless, still hitless, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base for Mississippi State. We'll head to the top half of the 6th inning, where Tennessee's got 9-1-2 due up in Fall, Knight, and Dodge. We'll be back in just a moment. So we're still scoreless at 0 here in Starkville. Top half of the 6th coming up in just a moment. I'm Ty Goldman, and you're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Bulldog fans, are you looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Look no further. Pearl River Resort in Choctaw, Mississippi offers the experience of a lifetime. World-class entertainment, unique shopping, and the ultimate in fine dining. And if that's not enough, hit the links at the world-renowned Azaleas and Oaks courses at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club and complete your stay in luxurious relaxation at the spa. Your exhilarating weekend awaits only at Pearl River Resort, where you'll be at the center of it all. Must be 21 or older.
Welcome back into the Bulldog Student Sports Network. Top half of the 6th inning here in Starkville. We're tied at 0, and neither team has recorded a hit in the ball game. Peja Gould still out in the circle for Mississippi State. She'll do work against the 9-1-2 hitters for the Volunteers here in the top half of the 6th inning. Fall, Knight, and Dodge, those three have yet to grab a hit so far in the game. Dodge has reached on a hit by pitch, reached earlier in the ball game, but none of those three have been able to grab a hit. So see who will be able to grab the first hit of the ball game. State moving around with some defensive changes, so we'll look at the field alignment here for the Lady Bulldogs. The battery, Peja Gould in the circle, Des Rivera behind the plate, and then in the field, Barbary still at third, Styles at short, Romero still at second, Richardson goes to first, Bernardini in left field. Now Kalani Sells in center, and Kinley Keller moves over to right field, so Kiara Sells will sit defensively here in his top half of the 6th inning. First pitch to now a pinch hitter for Tennessee, and Taylon Holly going to miss for ball 1. Holly started last night for the Volunteers in left field, and the 1-0 catches the zone. 1-1 now. Started last night, went 0 for 2 in the ball game. Struck out in the first, or rather in her first plate appearance, 1-1 count to her, misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Holly, highly touted freshman coming out of Murrieta, California. Is a number 7 overall player, ranked in the nation, number 2 in the state of California. 2-1 misses off the inner half, and so now the count 3-1, a hitter's count for the pinch hitter in Holly. We'll see if she comes in to play defense as well. Started in left field last night, and then Alana Leach came in, but Leach has played a good left field so far in this one. 3-1 catches the outer half, and count runs full now to 3-2. Holly coming into the series at an average above 300. It's since dipped below that at 292 now. 3-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. 7th strikeout of the ball game for Peja Gould, continuing her dominance inside the circle. 1 up, 1 down here in the top half of the 6th inning. Lineup flips over for Tennessee and the dangerous Sophia Knight. She's 0 for 2 in the ball game today. 2 ground outs. First pitch to her, a strike. 0 for 2 in the game, went 1 for 4 last night, so 1 for 6 so far this series. Struck out only once, and that strikeout came last night. And here's the 0-1. It misses low and outside. Wind blowing now heavy out to left field. Not in favor of the pull side for Knight, who stands in the left-handed batter's box. 1-1 misses low and in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike now. State trying to even up the series. Last night lost 3-1 in 9. Feels like we could be heading that way today in terms of extra innings with how these 2 pitchers have gone so far, and also with how Aaron Newers come in and dominated there in that last bottom of the 5th inning. 2-1 in the zone, 2-2 now the count. Here's a pitch from Gould. Swung on a slow roller down the first baseline. This will be a tough play, and unable to make a play is Peja Gould coming from the circle, and an infield single for Sophia Knight. Really a swinging bunt there, and Knight able to reach first base. State's got to be careful with her as well. Definitely a lot of speed, playing center. She's got a lot of stolen bags this year, too, and a lot of runs scored for the Lady Vols. 12 stolen bags for Knight this season and 31 runs scored. We'll see maybe if they want to move her. Styles shifting over towards second base, maybe to guard against the steal. First pitch to Ella Dodge, going to miss low and away for ball 1. Dodge 0 for 1 in the game, was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning, reached second base but was stranded. State recorded 3 straight outs to end that inning. Bulldogs kept Tennessee off the boards in terms of runs, but funny enough, the first hit of the ball game is an infield single. Defenses have played well so far in this one. Pitching has been great all series. 1-1 now the count on Dodge. This one catches the outer half. Count runs in favor of the righty for Mississippi State, 1-2. Crowd coming alive here at News Park. Here's the 1-2. Misses low, runner going, throw down, in time. Nice throw from Des Rivera. Styles applies the tag. No thought of appeal from the runner, Sophia Knight, or even the Tennessee bench. And that's out number 2 in the inning. An excellent throw down from Rivera behind the plate. Able to catch Knight stealing, her first time she's been caught stealing all year. And this one sent back up the middle. Nice backhand play from Romero. Throw not going to be in time, and a 2-out single from Ella Dodge. So back-to-back singles for the Volunteers, which have stayed in the infield. And Dodge on base for the second time here in the ballgame. Standing in now going to be Gabby Leach. Leach sends this one over to second base. Romero with a little slip of the foot there with the right foot. Able to come up with a throw over to first in time for out number 3. So State able to gun down Sophia Knight at second base on the steal attempt and also get past the Ella Dodge single with 2 outs. Volunteers break the no-hitting streak for both teams. No runs on 2 hits for Tennessee in the inning. No errors and 1 left on base for the Lady Volunteers. We'll head to the bottom half of the 6th inning where Mississippi State and Tennessee are tied at 0. Bulldogs will have the top of the order due up and will go up against Aaron Newer. Styles, Sells, and Barbary due up when we come back in the bottom half of the 6th inning. I'm Ty Goldman, and you're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
Everything is just a little easier when you feel at home. At Cadence Bank, we're proud to be part of your home team, and we never stop working to give you a competitive advantage. Stop by a branch or visit us online at cadencebank.com to learn more about how we're helping opportunity take shape for our community.
There's a hit out to left field. This one is gone.
Cadence Bank, a proud sponsor of Mississippi State Athletics. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome back into the Bulldog Student Sports Network. I'm Ty Goldman alongside you here at News Park. Mississippi State and Tennessee tied at 0. Bulldogs trying to even up the series and force a rubber match tomorrow in Game 3. Morgan Styles due up for Mississippi State to start the bottom half of the 6th inning. Bulldogs looking for their first hit of the ball game. Took them till the 4th inning to do so yesterday, and it happens now in the 6th inning today. A leadoff single into center field, right center field. And Morgan Styles is aboard for the first time this series. State's got a no-out base runner. It's a solid single there through the right side. Past the second baseman and Dodge to her left, and now Kiara Sells will stand in for State. See what State decides to do, maybe try and bunt. Rutan playing up maybe for the bunt. Sells looking like she's going to try and swing away, but she takes the first pitch for strike 1. Sells 0 for 2 today. A fly out the first, strikeout the third. Think you might just see her swing away here. Has been the best hitter in the order for State so far this season. 0-1 misses outside, so now 1-1 the count. Styles over there at first base, not known to steal bags, only one stolen base this season and one attempt. 23 runs scored, though, for MSU on the year. Sells way out in front of that one, and count now to 1-2. Nadia Barbary due up for State in the on-deck circle. Barbary had one of the 2 hits yesterday for Mississippi State. Love to see if she can get one here in this inning and keep State's rally here alive. This one misses high. The 1-2 does, and the count goes to 2-2 for Kiara Sells. Styles at first base at the leadoff after the leadoff single through the right side. Here's a 2-2. Misses outside, count runs full. And so really a big pitch here. Tennessee hasn't faced much pressure all game. State had a runner at second base earlier in the ball game. Hasn't really faced much pressure, especially with nobody out. Here's a 3-2 pitch from Newer. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Had a massive pitch there from Newer, and Sells denied of getting on base, and 1 out in the inning for Mississippi State. Nadia Barbary will now stand in for the Bulldogs. Barbary 1 for 4 yesterday. Had a home run earlier this week against Southeast Missouri in Game 1 on Tuesday. And she sends the first pitch she sees into left field and down. A line drive base hit. And with 1 out, Bulldogs have a runner in scoring position and a runner at first base as well. Singles from Styles and Barbary, and the top of the order's cooking here. Bulldogs with 2 hits, matching Tennessee's 2 that came in the top of the 6th. And now a meeting in the circle. Tennessee does have an arm in the pen, and I can see faintly today. It's hard to see last night into their bullpen, and also they're wearing an orange number, so that helps me too. Looked like a number 80 out there in the bullpen, and that would be Peyton Hardenberger if Tennessee wanted to make a move. But that's who's warming up in the pen for the Lady Vols right now. I don't think they're going to make a move yet. But Newer, you'll look at last weekend too, had a solid weekend, only allowed 2 hits last weekend against LSU. The State has matched that here in just the 6th inning. It was in 5 2/3 innings of work last weekend for Newer against the Fighting Tigers. Allowed 4 earned runs, though. Ended up walking 3, so some heavy traffic on base last weekend for Newer. Came in last half inning to close out the inning, got the final out, but it's her first real full inning of work and has run into some trouble here. Tatum Silva pinch running at second base. Smart move there for the Bulldogs bench and coaching staff. She pinch runs for Morgan Styles. They'll keep Nadia Barbary over at first base. 2 stolen bags on the year for Silva. Probably not looking to steal here, but looking to utilize her speed. Morgan Bernardini will step in for State. First pitch to her, catches the outer half for strike 1. Wind has died down a hair, blowing out really to left center now. Over towards the guys in the fire trucks out there in left center. Here's the 0-1 of the Bulldogs left fielder. Swung on and fouled down the line, and I mean just foul. Or is that fair? I think that was a foul ball. Run has scored for State. Yeah, it was a foul ball. I'm pretty sure that was foul. I mean, and just fouled down the first baseline. There's nothing going on from the umpires, and I guess they just assumed everybody thought it was foul too. State didn't, and Coach Bratton was waving around the runners. But now an 0-2 count on Bernardini. Runners at first and second for State with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. She's just able to get a piece of that one, foul it back to the netting. Count stays at 0-2. Bernardini looking for her first hit of the series after going 0 for 3 last night, looking for her first hit, of the week as well. Went 0 for against Southeast Missouri earlier this week. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Foul tip, rather, into the glove, and there's out number 2, and it's up to Des Rivera with 2 outs in the inning for Mississippi State. To try and score with 2 outs. Bulldogs, 2 outs, have yet to get a hit so far. All their hits coming here in this inning, one with no out and one with one out. Rivera sends this one a slow roll to shortstop. Fall, throw over to second just in time for out number 3. And Tennessee escapes the bottom of the 6th inning. Bulldogs put together their first 2 hits of the inning. A leadoff single from Stiles and then a one-out single from Barbary. Got a runner in the scoring position for Mississippi State, but Newer able to hammer down and keep Mississippi State out of the run column. And that'll send us to the 7th inning here at News Park. Real quick before we take a break, breaking news here, a regular season attendance record here at News Park today. 2,134 on deck here in Starkville to watch a top 15 matchup that has lived up to the hype. 0-0 as we head into the top half of the 7th inning. Bulldogs looking to keep Tennessee scoreless and walk it off in the bottom half of the 7th inning. I'm Ty Goldman, and you're listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
Ever imagine one company could transform how you live and work? With C-Spire, you're connected with advanced technology that enhances everything you do. How you order your morning coffee.
Order my usual.
How you secure your company's data. Even how you implement AI to increase productivity.
And next quarter is looking even better.
Giving you the confidence and control to accelerate business growth. There's more to see. C-Spire. Customer inspired.
Southern Ag Services and Alliance Ag Risk Management have deep roots in the farming communities of Mississippi and the Mid-South. Using crop insurance and research-based agronomy, our strategies will minimize your production risks and maximize your economic returns. Partnering with us ensures you'll get years of farming experience and local successes to help you make solid decisions. Alliance Ag Risk Management and Southern Ag Services, 662-268-8006.
Welcome back into the Bulldog Student Sports Network. Top half of the 7th inning here, and an attendance record crowd here regular season-wise, and been treated to a good game, and so have you on the Bulldog Student Sports Network and the Hellstate.com, the Hell State app. Mackenzie Butt leading off for Tennessee, and the first pitch to her going to miss for ball 1. Top of the 7th inning here. Peja Gould still in the circle for State. Swing and a miss on that one. Evens the count up at 1-1. But looking to avoid the hat trick here. Struck out in the 2nd and the 4th to combine for an 0-for-2 day. 1-1 right down Broadway, and the count now 1-2. Both teams with 2 hits so far in the game. Tennessee's left 3 on base. Bulldogs have left 5 on. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Another strikeout for Peja Gould, her 8th. Continuing to dominate. Saw Faircloth yesterday had 9 strikeouts, and Gould today has 8. And the pitching staff that leads the nation in strikeouts in total continuing to work here in Game 2. Emma Clark will stand in for Tennessee. 0-for-2 in the ball game today. Popped out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 4th, and first pitch to her, a called strike 1 right down the middle. Clark's average now is dipped below 300, 294. Got moved up in the order today after a 2-for-3 day yesterday, but unable to get a hit so far. Here's the 0-1 to her off speed, and she turns on it out in front and fouls it down the third base line. So quickly, Gould ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Fans alive here at News Park. Been a great atmosphere all day. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and fouled off the end of the bat there. Almost got into fair territory. But it's a foul ball. The count will stay at 0-2, and we'll do the 0-2 again momentarily. Again, Game 3 will be tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Time here in Starkville. Have it on the Bulldog Student Sports Network as well as on Lear Field. 0-2, fouled back to the net, and Clark staying alive here in the count. Tennessee did a lot of that yesterday. Faircloth was able to strike out 9, but they were staying in the count a lot in their at-bats. Think about that happening multiple times last night. It's happening right here. Here's the 0-2 to Clark. Foul ball again over towards the State dugout. So count will stay 0-2. All 4 hits in this game came in the last inning. Again, 2 for Tennessee in the top of the 6th, 2 for State in the bottom of the 6th. Offenses have seemed to, I guess, caught a spark here late. See if that continues as the 0-2 misses low and in the dirt for ball 1. Here's the 1-2 to Clark. That one just missed high. Maybe a bit too much at the letters. Fans didn't like it. Definitely a close pitch. Thought that one might have been just high, at least from my vantage point here in the press box. Count evens at 2-2. Clark fighting. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 9th strikeout of the ball game for Gould. Looking for double digits, maybe with another one. She struck out the first 2 batters she's seen here in the top half of the 7th inning, and head coach Karen Weekly will come and chat with Emerus Addison. I don't know what this will be about. Maybe a pinch hitter for Tennessee, and not exactly sure if that will be, and I think they're just going to stay with Alana Leach. I don't know what she was talking about, but a fairly quick conversation. We'll get back to play here in a second. Alana Leach will stand in 0 for 2 in the game, went 0 for 1 yesterday, so 0 for 3 in the series. First pitch to her, in the zone, all-speed pitch for a called strike 1. Bulldogs have 6, 7, and 8 due up. Right now that would be Kalani Sells, Diane Romero, and Kinley Keller. We'll see if Sells is able to get a chance. State may go to a pinch hitter there. But 6, 7, and 8 due up for State. And a wave and a miss from Leach for strike 2. That one on the outside corner. Bat really nowhere near that one. So Gould again has a Tennessee batter and an 0-2 count. See if Leach can stay alive or if Gould can put her away right here. Looking to strike out the side. Here's the pitch. Just misses off the outside corner. So 1-2 the count. Sure, we would still see Newer from Tennessee, and it looks like we'll be able to go to the bottom of the 7th and see who Tennessee faces. 10th strikeout of the ball game for Peja Gould. Gould strikes out the side to take us to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Man, what a fantastic game we've been treated to. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base as the cowbells ring here at News Park. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning after Peja Gould strikes out the side. We'll keep it right here. No break as we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Tennessee will stay with Erin Newer. Bulldogs have had success off of her. Only 2 hits have come off of Newer. Again, State will have 6, 7, and 8 due up. Right now, that's Kalani Sells, Zion Romero, and Kinley Keller. We'll see if State makes any changes with that. So the bottom of the 7th we go, and State looking to walk off the Volunteers, and if not, it'll be our 2nd straight ball game where we've been in the extra innings. So elsewhere in Mississippi State athletics, Mississippi State baseball with a series evening win over Arkansas 7-2. So Diamond Dogs able to even up the series against the Razorbacks. They'll play game 3 in just a little bit as they're playing a doubleheader today over there in in Fayetteville. My fault. So they'll play a doubleheader today trying to avoid some weather. State got out to a 6-0 lead early. Arkansas scored some late runs. State added an insurance run, and Bulldogs were all over the Razorbacks in game 1. So hopefully State can sweep the doubleheader today and win the SEC or first SEC series of the season. Hopefully the Bulldogs can even the series today here at News Park and set us up for a rubber match tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Time in Starkville. So we'll see who State goes with here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. To start things off, it's going to be Taylor Troutman who will re-enter. Troutman has struck out twice in the game, a strikeout swinging in the 2nd inning, and a strikeout looking in the 5th. Has not seen Newer yet. First pitch to Troutman. Swung on and missed for strike 1. 0-0 our score, bottom of the 7th inning. State looking to knock off the top-ranked undefeated Lady Volunteers of Tennessee. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a foul tip. And the count will go 0-2. Troutman, again, 2 Ks so far, trying to avoid the hat trick here for State. Zion Romero sits in the on-deck circle, or stands in the on-deck circle. Here's the 0-2 to Troutman. Swung on, just got a piece of it, enough to stay alive, and count will stay at 0-2. Have to wonder who State would go to if they're unable to score here in the 7th. I'm sure Bulldogs would probably stay with Peja Gould in the top of the 8th inning, but hopefully State can end it here. 0-2 to Troutman. Almost offered at it. They'll appeal to third base. It had no chance of that being overturned, and David Irwin signaled she was safe from crossing the plate with the bat. That's a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Troutman. Here's the pitch. Swung on, slow roller, and maybe a foul ball. But Troutman did not jog out of the box, and I say that was a foul ball off the foot of Troutman. And maybe we get a challenge here. Don't think we will. And so Troutman will stay alive. A weird place for that to come off the foot and just stay in the field of play inside the lines, but it does, and Troutman stays alive. Here's the 1-2. Almost offered at the ball above her head, does not. And the count evens at 2-2. Two-two count on Troutman. Nobody out in the bottom of the 7th inning, scoreless at 0. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back towards the backstop, and we'll do the 2-2 again. Got to give it to Troutman here, fighting and trying to get on base for Mississippi State. Here comes the 2-2 to the Bulldogs lefty. Pitch is offered at, but not across the plate. Troutman able to check her swing. It was ball 3. So Troutman has worked the count full. Newer has been clutch, was clutch earlier in the 6th inning with a full count pitch. Let's see if she can do it again. 3-2 pitch from Newer. Swung on, sent to center field. Back at the wall. Gone! Home run! Home run! Mississippi State has walked off Tennessee. Troutman with a home run yesterday and has a home run today, and it's a game winner for Mississippi State. Oh my goodness, Bulldogs walk off number 1 Tennessee and stay and knock off the undefeated Volunteers. My goodness, what a ball game. Mississippi State gets the best of the top-ranked Tennessee Volunteers. The hero today, Taylor Troutman. My goodness. Fans celebrating here at News Park, and we're going to have a rubber match tomorrow in Starkville. Mississippi State has knocked off the undefeated Volunteers. Tennessee falls for their first time this season. Bulldogs move to 27-3 and 1-1 in Southeastern Conference play. Volunteers fall to 26-1 and 4-1 in Southeastern Conference play. Got to give it to Peja Gould today. A fantastic ball game from her. Kept State in the ball game the entire way. A complete game shutout, her 3rd on the season. and Taylor Troutman walks it off in the bottom half of the 7th inning for Mississippi State. Bulldogs even the series with number 1 Tennessee. We'll have a rubber match tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Time here in Starkville. It'll be on the Bulldog Student Sports Network as well as hailstate.com and the Hail State app. Be back in just a moment for the post-game show. What a win for Mississippi State. You can wrap this one, my friends, in maroon and white. Bulldogs 1, Tennessee 0. We'll be back in just a moment for the post-game show. I'm Ty Goldman, and you've been listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Student Sports Network.
Trey Willis, shortstop.
Marshall Jones, first baseman.
Alex Philbin, center fielder. Hi, I'm Tim from C Spire. Am I in the right place?
It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions, all backed by local 24/7 support. C Spire, customer inspired.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Jake Mangum here. When I'm at the plate, I'm always looking for an edge. So when I'm shopping for auto insurance, I'm always looking to save. That's why I'm going with Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance to keep me covered. They're always finding ways to save you money, like a 7% discount when you sign up for paperless billing and documents. Go to msfbins.com and discover how much you can save on auto insurance, or find a local agent and get started today. Go with the home team. Go with Farm Bureau Insurance.
Bulldog fans, are you looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Look no further. Pearl River Resort in Choctaw, Mississippi offers the experience of a lifetime. World-class entertainment, unique shopping, and the ultimate in fine dining. And if that's not enough, hit the links at the world-renowned Azaleas and Oaks courses at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club and complete your stay in luxurious relaxation at the spa. Your exhilarating weekend awaits only at Pearl River Resort, where you'll be at the center of it all. Must be 21 or older.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Bulldog pride. When I'm carrying the Mississippi State University Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra state gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Hail State from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go State to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Southern Ag Services and Alliance Ag Risk Management have deep roots in the farming communities of Mississippi and the Mid-South. Using crop insurance and research-based agronomy, our strategies will minimize your production risks and maximize your economic returns. Partnering with us ensures you'll get years of farming experience and local successes to help you make solid decisions. Alliance Ag Risk Management and Southern Ag Services, 662-268-8006.
Ever imagine one company could transform how you live and work? With C Spire, you're connected with advanced technology that enhances everything you do. How you order your morning coffee.
Order my usual.
How you secure your company's data. Even how you implement AI to increase productivity.
And next quarter is looking even better.
Giving you the confidence and control to accelerate business growth. There's more to see. C Spire. Customer inspired.
shortstop.
Marshall Jones, first baseman.
Alex Philbin, center fielder. Hi, I'm Tim from C Spire. Am I in the right place?
It always pays to have the right players on your team. That's why C Spire gives you fiber-fast home internet, nationwide 5G wireless, and best-in-class business solutions, all backed by local 24/7 support. C Spire, customer inspired.
Hi, I'm Jake Mangum. Life is about making the most of your at-bats. So if you struck out looking for auto insurance, give Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance a shot. Farm Bureau Insurance is offering huge discounts on their auto rates. In fact, over the last 12 months, Farm Bureau Insurance has taken 3 rate reductions. Talk about coming through in the clutch. So if you were with us before, you're new to Farm Bureau, it's time to come home. Visit msfbins.com to find great new rates on auto insurance. And go with the home team.
Welcome back into the Bulldog Student Sports Network, and welcome into our post-game show. Mississippi State wins in walk-off fashion over the number 1 Tennessee Volunteers, and the Lady Vols are undefeated no more. Bulldogs win 1-0 off of a Taylor Troutman solo home run in the bottom of the 7th inning. Great pitching all around from both teams, but the Bulldogs got the best of the Lady Vols in this one. Tennessee, with the loss, falls to 26-1, 4-1 in the Southeastern Conference. Mississippi State, with the win, moves to 27-3 overall and 1-1 in the SEC. And the Lady Bulldogs even the series up with Tennessee in just a fantastic game. I mean, both Game 1 last night and Game 2 today, just everything you would want in a college softball game. And we have just been treated to that all weekend. Obviously, look forward to Game 3 tomorrow because it's going to be the same thing. But, again, just a really, really solid ball game today. Fun to watch in Mississippi State. It's always fun to watch when Mississippi State wins. So Bulldogs win 1-0 over Tennessee. So your final, your winning pitcher and your losing pitcher, winner is Peja Gould, 11-1 on the year, 7 innings pitched, a complete game shutout, her third on the year, only 2 hits given up, no walks, and 10 strikeouts. She threw 99 pitches today. And then the losing pitcher, looks like they give that to Maddie Rutan. Rutan went 4 2/3 innings, gave up no hits, no earned runs, only 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts and 72 pitches thrown. So, looking at, her day today, I mean, it's, have such a good day like that, don't give up any hits, but end up being a losing pitcher. Pretty cruel game, but that's just how it goes. And Erin Newer also came in. She had a no decision on her final. She went 1 1/3 innings. Gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 2 strikeouts, and 7 batters faced and 26 pitches thrown. So again, losing pitcher in the game is Tennessee's Maddie Rutan, and the winning pitcher is Peja Gould. And really the star of the show, the 2 stars of the show tonight were this afternoon were Peja Gould and Taylor Troutman. Just a really, impressive at bat there from Troutman later in the game. Continued to battle. I mean, got down 0-2 to start the count and ended up working it back and ended up getting it, I believe, full, and then able to just send one out of here in the left center field. Just incredibly impressive from her and incredibly impressive from Mississippi State. The fight from them all day, and then just to continue to work, and they did. And just, again, an impressive win for Mississippi State. Your final line score here, Tennessee, obviously no runs scored today, and you had no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and Lady Vols left 3 on base. And you look at Mississippi State, waited till the 7th inning to score that run for in the ball game to win. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 5 left on base. And responsible for the 1 run is what was obviously Taylor Troutman with the walk-off home run. So we'll be back in just a moment for the rest of our post-game show. Got an interview I'm going to try and get to you from our post-game interview here with head coach Samantha Ricketts. So we'll take a quick break and be back in just a moment for the rest of our post-game show here on the Bulldog Student Sports Network. Mississippi State winners over Tennessee 1-0, and they set up a rubber match tomorrow in Game 3. You're listening to the post-game show on the Mississippi on the Bulldog Student Sports Network from Learfield.
Everything is just a little easier when you feel at home. At Cadence Bank, we're proud to be part of your home team, and we never stop working to give you a competitive advantage. Stop by a branch or visit us online at cadencebank.com to learn more about how we're helping opportunity take shape for our community.
There's a hit out to left field. This one is gone.
Cadence Bank, a proud sponsor of Mississippi State Athletics. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
I'm Jake Mangum. A great team knows how to gel and only gets better over time. Kind of like auto insurance for Farm Bureau Insurance. Over the last 12 months, auto rates have had 2 reductions. And after February 15th, 2026, members will see another reduction of 5%. If you aren't already on the team, there's no better time to join Farm Bureau. Visit msfbins.com to find great new rates on auto insurance, or contact your local agent to get more details on how you can save. Go with the home team, go with Farm Bureau.
Ever imagine one company could transform how you live and work? With C Spire, you're connected with advanced technology that enhances everything you do. How you order your morning coffee.
Order my usual.
How you secure your company's data. Even how you turn your backyard into your personal movie theater.
Start movie night.
Own your day on the network for connected living. There's more to see. C Spire. Customer inspired.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Bulldog pride. When I'm carrying the Mississippi State University Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra state gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra Hail State from the cashier too. Visit regions.com/go state to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fans section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Southern Ag Services and Alliance Ag Risk Management have deep roots in the farming communities of Mississippi and the Mid-South. Using crop insurance and research-based agronomy, our strategies will minimize your production risks and maximize your economic returns. Partnering with us ensures you'll get years of farming experience and local successes to help you make solid decisions. Alliance Ag Risk Management and Southern Ag Services, 662-268-8006.
Ever imagine one company could transform how you live and work? With C Spire, you're connected with advanced technology that enhances everything you do. How you order your morning coffee.
Order my usual.
How you secure your company's data. Even how you implement AI to increase productivity.
And next quarter is looking even better.
Giving you the confidence and control to accelerate business growth. There's more to see. C Spire. Customer inspired.
Welcome back into the Bulldog Student Sports Network here at News Park as Mississippi State has won over Tennessee 1-0. A solo home run from Taylor Troutman in the bottom of the 7th inning has walked off the Lady Volunteers with the win. State moves to 27-3 and 1-1 in the Southeastern Conference, and the Lady Vols fall to 26-1, unbeaten no more, and 4-1 in the SEC. A big win for Mississippi State. And my partner in Skylar Aldi for the Bulldog Student Sports Network able to go down and talk with Samantha Ricketts after the ball game, and here are her final thoughts on today's contest and Mississippi State's 1-0 win.
I'm here with head coach Samantha Ricketts. And Coach Ricketts, what did you think about the pitching from today from Peja Gould?
I mean, just an unbelievable game by Peja, following up exactly what Alyssa Faircloth did for us yesterday. Our pitching staff has just been phenomenal all year long, and we really had to find a way to score her run after not being able to do so yesterday. So I love the answer. Peja didn't blink, and she just anytime got runners on, stayed calm, poised, and confident, and she's one of the best arms in the country, and she showed that today against the best team in the country, #1 team. So just really proud of her and her outing today.
Yeah, she did amazing. And the defense has been phenomenal this whole weekend. What notes will you be taking into the next game to finish out the series?
Yeah, I mean, against a team like this, you have to be clean in all three areas. And I think, we know that it's going to be a battle, and Sundays in the SEC are tough, and we have to come out ready to play clean defense, pitch like we have, and hopefully find our bats a little sooner. But we're excited for the opportunity and another chance to go out there and compete with them tomorrow.
And what are your thoughts on continuing to battle it out game after game with Taylor Troutman hitting that walk-off home run in the bottom of the 7th?
I mean, just so proud of Taylor. She's been through a lot coming back from injury last year, and I think the biggest thing, Taylor's confident. She's confident in herself and what she does, and she got down 0-2 in that last at-bat, and it didn't matter. She just continued to compete. She won each and every pitch like she was trying to do, and she didn't miss when she got a pitch she could drive. So super proud of her effort. She's going to be a big piece of this program moving forward, and I'm glad that, we have 4 years of her really now.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
That was head coach Samantha Ricketts talking again with our partner with the Bulldog Student Sports Network, Skylar Aldi. Thank you to Skylar going down to get that post-game interview. And, I mean, she's right with Taylor Troutman. Got down 2 strikes there, and it just didn't matter. She's at that perseverance and able to continue to fight back, and she did, and fought back in a big way as Mississippi State able to walk off the #1 Tennessee Volunteers and win 1-0. Talk about she was mentioning Peja Gould, and just incredibly impressive from Peja in she mentioned, Coach Ricketts mentioned, she's one of the best pitchers in the country, and she showed it today. Well, she dang sure did. I mean, an impressive ball game from her, and just from this pitching staff from Mississippi State. We've talked about it, and we've talked about it in broadcast before. It is an elite pitching staff. I mean, they're not top 5 in the nation in terms of most every statistical category for any reason. I mean, this is a really good pitching staff. You've seen it through 2 ball games. I mean, Bulldogs through 2 games, allowed 7 hits last night, but only 3 runs through 2 games, only 1 walk, 19 strikeouts. I mean, the Bulldogs pitching staff is just continuing and then continuing to work. You talk about Peja Gould today, another complete game for her this season, and like Coach Ricketts said, proving like she's one of the best, proving why she's one of the best arms in the nation, and completely proved that today. Just so impressive from what she did today, and Tennessee got runners in scoring position at times. You look back and had a leadoff with no outs earlier in the ball game. I had to go back and look at the scorecard real quick, but with no outs in the 4th inning, got a runner to second base in Ella Dodge, a hit by pitch, and then a wild pitch that got her to second base, and able to just she goes strikeout, and ground out to end that inning. So able to battle back with a runner in scoring position. You had a hit by pitch to start the 3rd inning as well. That runner only got the first base because it was strikeout, ground out again. So, again, Tennessee threatened that entire ball game. Only 2 hits, but they had runners on base. It's not like, there wasn't any traffic on the base. And Peja just continued to fight through and continued to find her way through innings to get Mississippi State back to the plate. And it was incredibly impressive from her. Again, Coach Ricketts saying that she's proved today why she's one of the best arms in the country. She's exactly right. You've seen that today. You saw that yesterday with Faircloth. You see why this staff is so dadgum good. I mean, absolutely 2 great, phenomenal performances from Mississippi State's arms in back-to-back days. Today it was Peja Gould. Again, her final line today, complete game, shutout, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 10 strikeouts, and just a tick under 100 pitches thrown, 99 and 24 batters faced. So again, just incredibly impressive from her. And again, the thing too, the no walks thing is what's so impressive to me. For Mississippi State, you look at in these two games, State's faced 56 batters. Only one has been registered with a walk, and then you look at there's also 2 hit by pitches today. Only three players for Tennessee have gotten on either from a hit by pitch or a walk. So I mean, just incredibly incredible from the state staff. I mean, only 3 real freebies in 2 games for Mississippi State, and yet to make an error as a Mississippi State defense. Coach Ricketts talked about that as well. You got to be great in all 3 phases. She's exactly right. And State's, didn't get the bats hot early as they wanted to, but what I've been so impressed by with Mississippi State, especially in today and yesterday, I think State's done a good job of, regardless, not doing not getting as many hits. State has done a good job of just putting balls in play. I mean, they did that today. They struck out 6 times, and 24 batters came to the plate. So every 4th batter struck out in the ball game for Mississippi State. Yesterday only struck out 5, and 30 batters came to the plate. So you've had 11 strikeouts this week in 30 and I'm trying to do the math in my head. Give me a second. 30 and 54. So you've had 11 strikeouts out of 54. So I mean, it's a pitching staff that obviously you had to worry about coming in with Tennessee and just seeing what they would come out with and how many Ks maybe they'd put up. And they hadn't, they put up a double digits this series so far, but I think State, for the most part, has done a good job of staying alive in counts and being able to also put balls in play and making Tennessee's defense make plays. Now, Tennessee's defense has made plays, but again, I said this last night, I'd much rather get beat with 2 hits and putting balls in play and not striking out so much than I'd rather get beat with only 2 hits and being struck out a lot, or being beat with 8 hits but striking out a majority of the other time. I'd rather be beat that way. I'd rather be beat with 2 hits but not striking out much and putting balls in play, because you're making the defense work, and that's what Mississippi State has been doing this entire series. It's been impressive that at least State has been able to continue to battle back. I mean, battled back in the bottom of the 9th last game, where you had Taylor Troutman hit a home run in the 9th inning last night. So I mean, and kept some fire in for Mississippi State. Obviously couldn't win it last night in the bottom of the 9th inning, but we were able to do it today in the bottom of the 7th because Taylor Troutman decided, hey, I'm going to hit another one in the bottom of the inning in a walk-off situation where we can win the ball game. And she did, and walked it off for Mississippi State. So hats off to Mississippi State's pitching staff, Peja Gould today. Hats off to Taylor Troutman, especially in that at-bat where she walked it off, continuing to fight in that at-bat and continuing to persevere. Got down 0-2 in the count and worked it back, and then was able to foul off some pitches and then finally send one out of here over the left center field fence. So just an impressive ball game for Mississippi State today, and they've shown through these first 2 games that they're a legit team and will cause some problems in the SEC this year. And last year was the first time State had gone over 500 in SEC play since the early 2000s, and I think they probably could be well on track for that this year. I mean, you've seen the pitching staff is dominant, and the hitters can come on in clutch scenarios, and defense is dominant as well. So an all-around great win today for Mississippi State, and they've, like I said, shown in these 2 games that they are not to be messed with as we enter Southeastern Conference play. So again, thank you for tuning in this afternoon for Game 2. It's a pleasure broadcasting to you. We'll have Game 3 for you live on the Bulldog Student Sports Network on YouTube tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Time, as well as on hellstate.com and the Hell State app with Learfield. So we'll have those for you. We'll have Game 3 for you tomorrow as well, and excited to call that one in a rubber match for Mississippi State. So for the Bulldog Student Sports Network side of things, if you're not following us on our social media accounts, I wish you would. You can follow us on X at BSSN_MSU. You can follow us on Instagram at Bulldog Student Sports Network, and then you can follow us or subscribe to us rather on YouTube. If you're listening on YouTube, or if you're not and you're listening on hailstate.com and the Hail State app, just search up Bulldog Student Sports Network on YouTube, and you can subscribe to us there and click that notification bell. During softball season, we'll be here every time for SEC conference play, and we'll be here as well for the midweeks too. We have a midweek this week coming up, so we'll be here for that against when State takes on UAB. So if you click that notification bell, you get instant notifications of when we go live broadcasting Mississippi State athletic events, and also you can tune in via hailstate.com or the Hail State app. Again, thank you to Learfield for sponsoring with us in SEC softball season. A pleasure to be able to broadcast Mississippi State softball to you and be the official broadcast of Mississippi State softball. So a win for Mississippi State today over Tennessee to even up the series. A great win for the Bulldogs. They win in walk-off fashion as Taylor Troutman sends a home run into left center field, and the Bulldogs win 1-0 over the Lady Vols. Mississippi State again with the win moves to 27-3 and 1-1 in the SEC, and Tennessee falls to 26-1 and 4-1 in Southeastern Conference play. Game 3 tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central Time here at News Park. We'll have it on the Bulldog Student Sports Network on YouTube as well as on hailstate.com and the Hail State app. I'm Ty Goldman signing off here from News Park in the press box in Starkville. Thank you again for tuning in and listening this afternoon. It was a pleasure broadcasting to you. You can wrap this one, my friends, in maroon and white. Mississippi State 1, Tennessee 0. Bulldogs with a rubber match against the Lady Volunteers tomorrow afternoon. Pleasure broadcasting Mississippi State softball to you. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon. I'm Ty Goldman signing off. Everybody have a great rest of your Saturday afternoon, and Hail State.
From Learfield, you've been listening to Mississippi State Softball on the Bulldog Sports Network. Mississippi State Softball has been sponsored by C Spire, customer inspired. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Bulldog Sports Network.